Stand.
Hello, camera.
Arise. Let us pray. In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Domine Jesu, dimite nobis debita nostra, salva nos ab inium inferior, perducem caelum omnes animas, praesertim eas quae misericordiae tuae, maxime indigent. In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Take out, please, your practice exams.
I do.
Grab a red ready utensil. Let's check some answers.
What if we get
We'll find out.
I
Everybody
barely.
sits? Everybody have the practice
Because you
exam
said
out?
something.
Better ready to write. And the ones you didn't get, take special note of the ones that made you take a long time that you got stuck on.
What if
Those
they
are the
made me
ones
take
to
a
study.
short time?
Then you probably don't need to study them quite as much.
What if they
Number
made me
one.
take
First one, SI is slope-intercept form.
I knew that.
Slope-intercept form. The equation is y equals mx plus b.
I knew this. The second one was standard. I don't.
STND is
Standard.
standard form. The equation is ax plus by equals c. Point slope form is the third. And the equation is y minus y1, the one down lower, equals m parentheses x minus xy. And last but not least, int is intercept form. And it's two fractions. It's x over a plus y over b is equal to 1. Right. What is slope? You tell me.
Slope is
Rise over run.
Rise over run.
Rise over run.
Slope is rise over run. What is an intercept?
Where a line meets its axis.
Where a line meets an axis.
The
Correct.
point where a line crosses an axis.
Correct.
Intercept
Perfect.
is a point that is either on the y or x axis.
Because a line intersects it, yeah.
Chris.
You can have a point on the x-axis and not be an intercept,
Really?
if it's not part of a line or a curve. It's basically where something crashes into an x or y axis.
Does a parabola have one?
Might have more than one, yeah.
What?
Parabola, since it bends, could actually have two x-intercepts,
Really?
yeah. Number 4, what is the slope of the line that's horizontal?
1 over 1.
Actually,
0.
that's diagonal. 0.
Oh.
I
0
wrote
over-
y equals 0, x equals a number.
Just 0. The slope is 0. Yeah,
Wow.
because it's rise over run. There will be no rise and a bit of run. So 0 divided by something is 0.
Vertical.
What is the slope of the line that's vertical?
1 over 0.
1 over 0, which should be, what's the technical word for that? It starts with a U.
Undefined.
Undefined. UNDEFINED.
Wait, do we write undefined or 1 over 0?
Undefined. You could also say no slope. It doesn't have a slope. It's infinite, so it means you can't measure it.
I got that one wrong.
And it repeats up to number 5. All right, number 6, the slope is 4 over 5.
Yay.
Yeah.
1 minute. Calm
Okay.
down here. Calm down.
Calm down here.
Thank you. 4 over 5. Thank you.
Calm down.
Number 7,
Hey, it's been
negative 1 over 3.
I put negative 3 over 9.
Yeah, it's true, we have to reduce.
Haha.
Number 8, 3 over 11.
Yay.
Yay.
I
Wait,
wanted to
what?
recognize which one was the slope.
What did you say?
3 over 11.
Oh.
Number 9, there are 2 ways to do that. One way is to get y by itself and get it in slope intercept form. The other way is if you remember the little cheat formula.
Shelby hand.
For M?
Its slope is equal to negative a over b. You don't need to know that, but it's short.
Wait,
What?
Anyway, the slope is negative 4 over 9.
What about Shelby? Oh, yay. Whoa, I got that.
Negative 4 over 9. Chubby hand method is for finding the x and y intercepts, which you could use to get the slope. Number 10, find the slope that's parallel to that line, negative 2 over 7. Parallel means it has the same slope.
Yay.
Number 11, find a perpendicular to that. The slope,
5
of, the
over-
slope of that line is negative 4 over 5.
But then it's
So the real line is 5 over 4.
Yes.
The opposite reciprocal.
and
I
it's
did
positive.
5 over 4.
Correct. Opposite means switch the sign. Reciprocal means flip it upside down. Any repeats up to
yes.
number 11?
Number 8.
Hold back.
0.
3 over 11.
Thank you. And number 10.
10 was negative 2 over 7.
Yay.
Pretty good. Number 12, sketch the graph of each line. I'm going to describe it.
I didn't do that.
There are 2 ways to do this. You could do chubby hand method,
What?
but
Are you trying?
there's too much talking. There could be a chubby hand method on this one, but one of the points is off screen. You'd have to put some extra dashes out. The x-intercept is at negative 8, which is 2 spaces to the left of the graphing space. Negative 8 to the left. And the y-intercept is positive 4. So you could connect those and draw a line.
Whoa.
Or,
Very
if you put it in slope-intercept form with algebra, you transform it into y is equal to 1/2 x plus 4. So you could put a solid dot on a y-intercept of 4, then rise 1, and
I
run
had
right to the 2.
negative
Run
1/2.
right to the 2.
I
Run
had-
2 to the right. Wow.
I had negative 1/2 and negative 4.
Yeah, it should be positive 1/2
I think I forgot about
and
this
positive 4.
one.
Because you have to divide both sides by negative 2.
That's why my graph is opposite.
Yeah. So it should be a graph going uphill, going through a y-intercept of 4, and the slope should be 1/2. Number 13 is a little more straightforward. Just remember the slope is negative 3 over 1. So your y-intercept is positive 5, so you go up 5 spaces and put a dot.
Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, shoot.
Then
No.
you go down 3
I put it at the X.
and right 5. Ah, okay. Yeah, make sure it's a y-intercept.
Dang it.
So you go down 3 and to the right 1. So it should be another dot at, I think it's 1, 2.
Yes.
Okay. And it repeats up to number 13.
Nope.
All right, number 14. That is point slope form. Anybody see where the starting point is?
Yep.
Where?
No, 3, comma,
Close.
the y is
Negative
3.
3, comma negative 1.
X comes first though.
No, 1,
And the minuses
comma,
are
3.
supposed to be there.
1, comma, 3.
1, comma 3. Positive 1, comma positive 3.
Okay, what in the world?
We got a lot covered today. So the starting point, let me just give you the equation. It's, remember from the first page, y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. So the starting point, I abbreviated here, is equal to regular x1 comma regular y1. So if we have an equation of y minus 3 equals, what was it, 2/5? Parentheses x minus 1. The starting point is, remember, x1 is after the minus sign. Don't steal the minus sign with it. Just the 1, not the minus. So it's 1, comma, same thing here. After the minus sign is y1, 1, comma 3. So you go 1 to the right, 3 up. Then you can use the slope. Rise 2, run 5.
Hey,
So you get over like 6, comma 5.
Yes, let's go.
So your final line should look like this. Here's your starting point, and there's your ending.
Yeah, I did that.
Here, yep. And keep the wedge in the door so you can come back in. Try on this one. The filter is actually, the little red light is actually kind of conservative, which means the filter's still working. It just needs to be replaced soon.
It's yellow. I thought it was yellow last time I checked.
Actually, it was red last time.
Oh.
But it still works, just not as well as
What's
it
the
used
button worse?
to. Number 15. This is intercept form. There's an x-intercept of 3 and a y-intercept of negative 5.
Yay.
So if you start going to the right 3, put a dot, then start over, and from the center go
Oh
down
my
5,
goodness.
put a dot, connect them.
What the heck? I mixed up the y and the x.
Okay. And it repeats up to number 15.
Mr. Coughlin,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of took a stab in the dark at number 16.
I'll give you that. Well, let me read off the answers, and then we'll go through the actual problems. Number 16. Here we go.
I did
There are
this one.
two possible answers you could use. first of all, in both of them, you have to find the slope, which is 1 over 4.
You have to do point slope form.
Point slope form is by far the easiest.
Which I did. It was y
Okay.
minus
Whoa,
4
whoa, whoa, whoa,
equals-
whoa, excuse
Oh, yeah, I
me,
did
eager
that.
beaver, I'm reading them off. Number 16, there are two possible answers. Y minus 4 equals 1/4 parentheses x minus 5.
Yeah.
That's probably the easiest one. You could also have y minus 2 equals 1/4 parentheses x minus negative 3, if you use the other point as your starting point. Make sense?
Oh.
Repeats of number 16.
1/4.
Yeah. So number 16, I'm gonna have to read that out for you too.
I got number 3. I got 3.
What, which?
How is it 1/4?
1/4?
It says through 4.
Well, the rise is going from 4 to 2, which is dropping 2. And then the run is going from 5 to negative 3, which is 8 spaces down.
What?
So it's basically
You reduce.
negative 2 over negative 8,
You can reduce slope, correct?
which reduces to 1/4.
Oh.
Yeah. Number 16, let me read that again.
In
15? Yeah. Number 15, x-intercept of 3, put a dot. Y-intercept of negative 5, put a dot, connect them. And number 16, there are two possible answers. Both of them are, bless you, both of them require a slope of 1 over 4.
Oh, I have 2 over 8.
2 over 8 is correct, but you have to reduce. So, first one, you always reduce fractions
I
possible.
did that all in my head.
And radicals don't. First possible answer, y minus 4 equals 1/4 parentheses x minus 5.
Yeah, I had that.
Okay, and then just reduce it 2 over 8. And if you wanted to use the other point, it could be y minus 2 equals 1/4 parentheses x minus negative 3. 4 on the floor.
Okay.
Oh, yay, now it comes the exponents and the.
All right, number 17,
Well,
exponent rules.
I did this all.
Shh, listen, please. Shh, if we comment on every single problem, we'll never get done.
Okay.
Number 17, the rule is x to the power of a plus b.
Yeah.
Hip, 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 hooray.
Number 17b, x to the power of a minus b.
Yeah.
17c, x to the power of ab.
Yay.
Yeah.
Number 17d, x to the power of a over b.
Yeah.
And number 17e, x to the power of 0 is equal to 1.
Yeah.
I
The
got
number
that all
1.
right.
Not x to the first, but just 1. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Number 18, log rules. Log of AB is equal to log of A plus log of B.
I put x after like the.
Log x to the a plus log x to the b.
Oh, log base x.
Yeah.
That's, if they don't have an x, you shouldn't put an x. Just leave it as blank log. I don't think I would mark it wrong,
Yeah.
because that's, but if they do LOG, do you remember what base they're talking about?
The
10.
base of 10.
10, right. So that actually means something. That doesn't mean they forgot the x,
Joey,
that
did
means
you
they
do
actually
it?
wanted base 10. Number 18b, the answer is log of A minus log of B.
Yeah.
I got that one right too.
Number 18c is B times the log of A.
Log
B
it.
log
I
A.
put B log.
B log of A. So
Log.
it's, if it's squeezed together, it means
Log.
multiply.
Log.
Number 18d, two possible answers. You could have log of A all divided by B.
Okay.
That's probably the one you have.
Yeah.
Or you could have 1 over B times log of A.
Whoa.
If you didn't multiply by the reciprocal, if you want to be fancy.
Oh, I like that. That sounds nice.
Number 18e, log of 1 is equal to
0. Yeah.
It repeats on 17 or 18.
No.
All right,
A
next
log
page.
is a logarithm.
What is a logarithm?
A missing exponent.
Very good, a missing exponent. Number 20, what do logs do?
Cancel
Cancel
bases.
They cancel bases. Very good. Number 21, let me read this off. Log of 2 plus log of 7 plus log of 3.
Yeah.
Why are logarithms
This
so
one I was
easy?
really confused.
Sometimes.
This one,
Until you get to it.
depending on how they did it, does anybody happen to remember, if you have a plain old square root with no number here, guess what number is invisible
2.
there? 2. There's an
Oh.
invisible 2 there.
I did not know.
So this is really
This
log
I did.
of u to the power of,
6.
The log
yeah,
of u.
6. but then it's square rooted.
Log of 6.
So use the fourth log rule. Please don't
6
talk.
log u.
Log of u to the 6th over 2. Does that make sense?
Or
Emily?
you could do the exponent rule.
I did log.
Right.
I did log.
And then you could pull the 6 out in front if you want.
Yeah, I did 6 log 2.
6 log of u over 2, and the 6 and 2 actually reduce.
Whoa.
3 log of u is the best possible.
I didn't know that. Is that alright if we just wrote 6 log of u?
6 log of u over 2.
Yeah, that's
Over,
what I
yes. If you left it as 6 log of u over 2,
You
I'm
would
good
still
with that.
just give you
I
point
did,
credit.
but
But if you did more, it would just go
all
up and over the
Is
mountain.
that okay?
Like I
Uh,
always say.
It wouldn't be over 6, because 6 is the power, not the root. It was rule 3, not rule 4.
Why did they use you?
Are you gonna watch this?
It's me.
Are you gonna watch this video?
Alrighty, moving on, number 23. Can you
Probably.
compress it back? Number 23. It is the log of a big fraction. The top is 6 to the 4th.
Yeah.
Over 11
The
to
bottom
the
is 11 to the 8th.
Yay.
Yay.
And it repeats on that.
No.
Yes. It's log, and then in parentheses, a fraction. The top is 6 to the power of 4, and the bottom is 11 to the power of 8.
Okay, do I have to put parentheses?
Optional.
Okay, thanks.
Optional. It looks nice, but yeah, I won't take up points. Number 24. The log of parentheses 5 to the power of 6 times 6 to the power of 4.
Okay,
I would kind of like parentheses on that, because otherwise it'll look
I
like.
did that backwards. I did
That's good.
6 to the power of 4
It's
times
always safe to
5
put
the power.
parentheses after a
Oh,
log.
I put
Yeah, see.
log to the log of 30.
Log of what?
Log of 30.
Sine log.
That would not work.
The sine of log.
Because they're not like terms.
Sine of 4 to the first.
Yeah, leave them separate. 5 to the power of 6 times 6 to the power of 4.
I didn't circle it, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody good? Up to number 24?
Do you know the answer, Joey?
Moving on, number 25.
No.
Get this negative.
This
five.
took a little while to find, but the answer is -5.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
That's
Wow.
what I got.
Because I was looking.
Yeah,
at
I
my
have no
homework.
idea about that
One
one.
at a time,
No,
one at a
wait.
time. Go.
I looked at my homework
Uh-huh.
and
Oh, you found one like
this
that?
exact problem was on it, so I just looked at the
Okay.
problem and then also the next problem was
Look.
on it.
Okay.
So,
Just as a hint, 243 is 3 to the 5th power.
Joey did the
Uh,
action.
Number 26, -3.
yay.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
27, let's see who remembers these.
I like
The
I
answer to
did.
27 is 3.4.
Yay.
What?
3.4.
Whoops a daisy.
Number 28, -0.1.
I just put, oh shoot, fraction.
Negative
you did.
0.1.
I forgot about the fraction.
The way to do 28, I'll explain in a minute, but
Oh,
use the
that's
log rule number 2.
fact. I was dividing and multiplying on accident.
25 to 29, V equals 3 over 2.
Yay.
V equals 3 over 2. And it repeats up to 29.
No.
Alright, next
Yes,
page.
yes, please,
Yeah, which?
29.
29. V equals 3 over 2.
I kind of forgot how to do it, but once I
Okay,
look at my notes,
we can go over 'em.
okay.
Now, today and
Wow.
tomorrow, we're going over any questions that anybody could conceivably have gotten stuck on, or if you just want an extra explanation.
Okay.
Number 30.
Did you finish that extra practice test?
I did, actually.
Improve my brain.
Number 30.
What?
How about we talk about that later? Number 30?
Yep.
4 radical 3.
Yay.
I got
Number
8
31.
radical 3.
4 radical 3. Number 31 is radical 42. We just now
Yeah.
reduced.
I knew that was one.
I'm not sure if I got this one right.
Number 32, 7 radical 2.
Yay.
And number 33, 6 radical 5.
Yay.
And it repeats up to 33.
Nope.
Yes, 33.
6 radical 5.
Yay, thank you.
Okay. Number 34, 2 radical 15 miles.
Two
Oh, I put
Yes,
equals
let's
to
go.
radical 15.
X equals 2
Oh
radical
my
15.
goodness,
That's
every
fine.
time we do these, I forget to write the
Make sure you put
miles or
miles.
kilometers.
If they give you units, you give me units.
Number 36 was a typo.
Just a moment, we'll get there. We're on 34.
36 is really
And it repeats up to 34.
I did that.
Nope.
35, is the angle missing is 57 degrees.
Yeah.
Yay. I found x equals
Okay,
7
36 we just
negative
skip,
7
right?
over 4.
Yes.
Okay.
36 was
Negative 7 over 4.
Yeah, which was just weird. So
Is that okay if I got that?
I wrote to the company on that one.
You did.
I did.
You did. You did.
They have been writing back to me every once in a while.
They have what did they write back?
Not yet, not on this one.
Oh, what do they write back?
37, long story.
Long
of the
story
time.
short.
Number 37, 46 degrees.
Yay.
Number 38, 49 degrees.
Yay.
Next page.
49.
Number 39 is 49 degrees.
Whoa, that's kind of.
Yay.
49.
It's just 10 away.
39 is 49 degrees.
40
I know.
is 50.
Number 40 is 70 degrees.
70.
70.
What? I had 70. What
I
the
had
heck?
105.
I thought it was.
We'll talk about how we got there later. Just copy the answers down. Copy the answers
I
down.
had that answer. I'm just gonna write 1/2.
And number 41, 50 degrees.
Yay.
50.
Yay. Oh.
By the way, the fact that the older arc is 50 is complete coincidence.
Yeah, complete coincidence.
Number 42, how long is line segment AB? 10. Is 10.
10. 10.
Did I not do that? Oh.
Wow, Olga, great job.
Number 43, line segment QS, all of QS, not just RS. So basically 47x
Really-
plus
isn't
1
it
plus
really big?
27 is 75.
Yay.
Yeah, it's really big.
Number
Oh,
44, rounding to the nearest tenth, how long is X? 8.4.
Approximately.
8.4.
I got 12.4. What happened there? What?
You subtracted
explain
the
in a
wrong
moment.
way.
Everybody repeats at 44.
No.
Now.
Next page.
Wait.
Yes. We'll explain them later, but right now we just need answers and repeats. 44, X equals 8.4.
Seriously?
X
Yes.
equals 8.4.
Why did I get that wrong?
45.
Oh, I thought this was less.
Shh, moving on. Cosine of theta is 4 over 5.
Yeah.
I just
Subtracted
didn't
that.
reduce. Would that be half
Okay.
off?
I would, no, it wouldn't be half off, but I would take off something. 46, 3 over 4.
Yay. Tangent.
47, 12 over 13.
Yeah.
And number 48, radical 10.
Yeah. I just
Maybe
wrote
a
radical 10 over 1.
Yeah, just make sure you reduce.
I wanted to.
49.
I felt like it.
Extra credit here. What
Extra
is
credit.
this?
The
What
answer
is
to
this?
angle TDQ, which is, or arc TDQ, my bad. So the big arc on the outside, 190 degrees.
Okay.
190.
I started to do it, but then it got too big, so I got really confused.
Number 50.
Yours did.
Tangent of that 60-degree angle is radical 3.
Yeah.
Number 51, the tangent of 30-degree angle is radical 3 over 3.
Yeah. Guys?
Number 52, cosine of 30 degrees is radical 3 over 2.
Yeah.
And number 53 was the only kind of tricky one. 120 degrees cosine, it's the mirror image of the cosine of 60. So
Negative.
it's negative 1/2.
Yeah.
No, I did not get that.
Wow, I did good on this part.
Wait, Mr. Ponce,
Yeah.
Did you know
things that
that's
have
a
the
real
same
function?
tangent as them, so
Oh.
like,
Yeah.
for number this,
Uh-huh.
this is 9240.
For,
Wait, no.
oh, if you said 240, I mean, that's the angle that has the same tangent, but I wanted the actual tangent. We're not solving, we're trying to get the actual tangent.
Yeah.
So the tangent is gonna be a fraction. It's radical 3.
Did it
It's
wrong.
radical 3 over 1, but it's really radical 3.
Yep, that's me on.
Number 51, again, number 50, 51, and 52, you could have done on a right triangle
Hello, camera.
using SOHCAHTOA. And if you memorize the 1, 2, radical 3. Do be aware that on the actual test, I might throw in multiples of 45 in there.
Yes.
Could
Just
you
remember
throw in
the
multiples
45,
of
45, 90 triangle.
Could you throw in multiples of 90, please?
Number,
Multiples of
Don't be-
60.
Actually, number 54 should have made you happy. The sine of theta equals 0 was a multiple of 90.
Could you
Yeah.
please repeat number 51?
51, yeah, radical 3 over 3. If you had 1 over radical 3, that's right, but you have to get the radical out of it.
Get the
Any other repeats?
radical out of your mind.
I'll give you the others. Okay. Number 54. Theta is 2 solutions. Theta equals 0 degrees,
Or 180.
and theta equals 180 degrees.
Yay.
I knew that
Sign
one.
on the inner circle is up down. It's rise. And if you're at 0, it hasn't risen at all. Number 55, there are 2 solutions. Theta equals 150 degrees,
Where's theta equals?
and theta equals 210 degrees.
Let's go. Extra credit, the weird one that I
Question.
actually did for my life.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
56 I'll do on the board in a minute. It's easier to show you than to tell you. Number 57, A equals negative a half. A equals negative a half.
Where are we?
Okay.
Number 57, extra credit.
Oh, okay.
A is equal to negative a half. 56 I'll do on the board in a minute.
That one's scary.
58,
I didn't know.
there are 2 solutions. Theta equals 135 degrees. Theta equals 315 degrees.
How did you get that?
Oh, not there yet.
I'm scared.
59, the area of that triangle is 23.9
Oh,
square centimeters.
I had 24.5.
23.9 square centimeters.
I knew that was gonna be.
And number 60, 33.5
Yeah,
square
let's
yards.
go. I got +5 extra credit.
Alrighty. Any repeats on the whole thing?
No.
Alright, I'm gonna rewind and I'm gonna start calling off numbers in order. And you stop me when there's something you want to. I assume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're okay, because it's just
Yeah.
definitions.
True.
Second page, number 6 or 7, slope.
I got 6.5.
6, 7, 8, or 9. Any of those you want to see? Now's a good time, yeah.
9, please.
Number 9. Okay. To get the slope,
I got -6.
if they're
I got
nice
6
enough to
wrong.
give you slope intercept form, make sure you're not talking over me. Yeah, but if you want to get the slope, if it's in slope intercept form, it's easy. Excuse me.
Bless
Thank
you.
Is that a new marker?
So it is a new marker, actually, which is so creepy. If you have 4x plus 9y is equal to 36, the slope intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So if you get y by itself, you should be able to find the slope.
Yeah,
The slope is whatever's in front of x. First thing you do, subtract 4x from both sides.
Yeah, Mr. Calvin.
Uh,
I forgot that we were only supposed to find the slope, and I tried to solve the entire thing into y equals mx plus b.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Well, that's what I'm doing, actually. So now, what do you have to get rid of?
Divide by 9.
Now you have to
Get rid of the 9.
Yeah.
You have to divide each and everything by 9.
That's really easy.
This becomes a fraction. Y equals negative 4 over 9x plus, and this actually turned into
4.
So what's the slope?
Negative 4 over 9.
Exactly.
Thank you.
No problem. And what's the y-intercept, by the way?
4.
4. Yeah, if I ever asked you for that, ta-da. Okay. Any others 6 through 9?
Oh, my math.
All right, number 10 or 11. You didn't want to see those dissected.
I'm just waiting until you get to 40.
I'm just waiting till we get to the actual.
Hold on, I hear you. Well, the first thing is first. Number 11, anybody want to see? Wait, feeling okay? How do you get the perpendicular? Start with the regular slope and do what?
Then you opposite reciprocal.
Opposite.
Reciprocal.
And the-
And then you switch it to be negative.
Reciprocal.
Opposite is negative, but I know what you mean.
So basically, so if you have like 3 over 5, you do -5.
Right. Opposite means switch the sign, and reciprocal means flip it upside down. Next page, sketch the graph of, how about 12, 13, 14, 15? Any of those you want to see?
No.
How you doing on those?
Maybe just 12, please.
12. Sketch the graph. That is in standard form. X minus 2y is equal to negative 8.
And you have
Two
to-
ways. Depends on which way is your favorite way. If you want to do this trick, you can graph it in slope intercept form. Or you can do Chubby-Ham method. Chubby-Ham method is find the x and y intercepts by plugging in a 0 and then a 0 for the other one. Pretend x is 0. Just cover up the x, because x is 0. Tell me what's left here. Read it off.
Negative 2y equals negative 8.
How do you get y by itself?
4.
Divide.
Yeah, divide by negative 2. Positive 4.
It's 4.
Now, pretend y is 0 and cover up the y term. What do you see?
1x.
X equals -8.
Negative 8. Correct. So, you'd have a dot here at -8, and a dot here
Oh, so
at 4.
so it'd kind of be like standard
Point.
intercept form.
Intercept.
Kind of. Yeah, you get the x and y intercepts, and ta-da, there you go. Now this is 2 spaces off of,
Wait.
like the graph ended at 6.
I
So you'd
see.
have to put 2 extra dashes in order to do that, which is
Okay.
fine.
Mr. Coughlin.
I'm totally okay with that.
You should
Real
make
fast.
it so that we have to turn it into a point, into intercept form.
Ironically enough, you could. X over -8 plus y over 4 equals 1. Once you get the intercepts, that's actually pretty nice. Any others 12 through 15?
No.
Next page, or sorry, bottom. Number 16, finding the equation.
No.
I just need to reduce that.
Yeah.
Doing okay on that? So
Yeah.
first thing is find the slope.
-4.
The slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Or just do rise and run.
So.
You might have to graph it to see the rise and run. But yeah, the slope is 1 over 4. Remember the formula needs minus signs. Y minus y1. X minus x1. 17, 18 are pretty much just definitions, so memorize those.
Yep.
19 and 20 are definitions. How about 21 through 24?
22, please.
22, okay. The log of radical u to the 6th. What's the invisible number in the root here? 2. So it's really the log of u to the 6th over 2. This is log rule number 4.
Equals
Look up here. Then this thing has a log rule 3. We can do the Belago rule.
Faga.
Fraga.
And then these cancel. So it's 3
Fraga.
log. Okay.
The ancient way.
Any, we don't need the soundtrack, please. Any others, 21 through 24?
Nope.
25, 26, how about those?
25 and 26. Yes, please. I got both those wrong.
Which one?
25.
Let's do 25, please.
25, log base 3
I know what
of
I
1,
got.
was it base 3 or?
Mine
Yeah,
was-
base 3. 1 over 243. Now that's an awfully big number. Question, is it a power of 3? And if you have a
Yes.
calculator, use it.
It
at
is
this
a
point.
power of 3.
What power is it?
It's the power of 5.
It's log base 3 of basically 1 over 3 to the 5th power.
Negative.
First exam.
Does anybody, hold on, one
Tuesday.
question at a time.
No, what?
English. I know that rule.
I'll check it. Now, if 3 to the 5th is on the bottom, what power did it originally have?
It's negative.
It's log base 3 of what? 3 to the
Negative 5.
negative 5.
Because any negative power is equal to
So then
1
a
over
base
the number.
and a log
Your first lecture.
cancel,
You got negative.
you have negative
A
5.
thing.
Remember, logs cancel bases, bases
Logs
cancel logs.
cancel bases.
So the trick is getting it in a form where you see the base. So you gotta have 3 to some power. Clear? Let's not horse around. You asked the question.
Claire?
Horsing around will not help you get the answer.
I asked them.
Number 26, any question on that?
No.
125 is 5 to the 3rd power. Are you focusing?
Mm-hmm.
So what is 1 over 5 to the 3rd power?
Negative.
Joey,
Oh.
not Anthony.
1 over 5 to the 3rd power is 1 over 15. Wait,
No.
1 over
1 over 5 to the 3rd
Wait,
is really
125.
5 to the what power? How did it get in the basement?
Division?
No, this is one of the exponent rules. This is a negative power. A negative power sends things into the basement. Like 2 to the power of negative 7 is 1 over 2 to the 7th. X to the power of negative 10 is 1 over x to the 10th. And you can go backwards too. If this is in the bottom, it came from a negative power. If it's in the bottom, it came from a negative power. So if it's in the bottom, it came from a negative power. So if you're doing log base 5 of 1 over 5 to the 3rd, you can't do it yet. you gotta rewrite this. It's 5 to the negative third. Now, log base 5 and base 5 cancel. You're left with negative third.
I can watch the.
Memorize
board
that.
do this.
And Anthony, have a seat.
I can watch. the
Remember what I learned in my first year of college. There's a big difference in watching me do something and saying, yeah, that makes sense, and you actually knowing how to do it.
Yeah.
When I took my first test, you remember that story? When I took my first test and got a 51% on it,
And you were sad.
because, oh my gracious, I was freaked out. I thought I was gonna die. But I didn't.
You were sad.
But I was in the tutoring office Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the rest of the term. So if you look at this and just say, that makes sense, that makes sense, that makes sense, and then when you get home and you say, now what did they do?
Exactly.
That means you don't know how to do it yet.
Er,
But if you drill yourself on this, like do like 10 of these problems, like make up problems like that for 25 and 26. And by the way, I've got practice exams, so 25 look a lot like this. Do them without looking at the answer key, and then try them.
Yes.
Okay, questions on 27, 28.
Nope.
I know what I got.
Now is
for
the time to ask.
I multiplied and subtracted and divided instead
Okay.
of adding and.
Just so you're
subtracting.
aware, you see the 121 for number 27?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 11 squared. So if I write that, I'm gonna just take your pen and write that. So it's log base 4 of 11 squared. Write that physically.
Right, that word.
Then you can, wherever on your paper. This is for number 27.
Okay.
This is log base 4 of 121. If you can recognize that 121 is 11 squared,
Yeah.
one reason I'm kind of interested in that, 11 is one of my choices. It's the very first one. And now, log rule 3, don't forget the log rules in this problem, and move the 2 out in front. And look on your list, what's log base 4 of 11?
Log.
1.7.
1.7. Now just do the math. That's 3.4.
It's 2.
That's your answer.
Guys, we need to know, do you have to do anything from extra math?
Number 28. Let's not worry about other classes yet.
Alright.
You're not there yet. 28. You see the log base 5 of 7 over 8?
Yeah.
What log rule works there? You cannot do it yet because 7 over 8 is not one of the options.
Division.
Oh, you have to do log base.
Log base 5 of 7
And then you have to do
minus log base 5 of, those are on your list. Log base 5 of 7 is 1.2 and log base 5 of 8 is 1.3. So it's basically 1.2 minus 1.3, which gives you negative
Whoa.
0.1.
Oh, point
Makes sense.
1. Negative 2.
Anybody want to see 29? The trick to that is 16 is really 4 squared.
Which is also.
So you write it as 4 squared to the v power equals 4 to the third. Remember what happens with power on
But
power?
it's also 2.
You can do 2 if you want. What's 4 to the power of 2 to the power of
V
v?
sets. V
4 to the
squared.
power of, what do you do with these powers?
V squared. V,
Mm.
no, V, 2V.
Multiply them.
Why did I write V squared?
Now, if 4 to the power of 2v equals 4 to the power of 3, these must match. 2v equals 3 divided by 2. V is 3x.
I did it as powers of 2.
Powers of 2 should work also.
I think I did powers of
Yeah, powers of 2 would be 2 to the power of 4 to the power of v is equal to 2 squared.
And then I
So you should
realized-
add 2 to the power of
6.
4v equals 2 to the power of 6.
Then I realized that I could have just kept it at 4
Yeah.
and
Any repeats on 30 through 33?
30.
Or any
No.
explanations on that?
No, not for me.
30, you could have pulled out a 16 radical. 31 has no perfect squares. 32 has 49
Yeah, I
radical
saw
hiding in
49 in it.
I did.
And 33 is hard to tell, but
It's
you can pull out a
36.
9 and you can pull out a 4.
I saw 30. I saw 36.
34? Pythagorean theorem.
Yep.
A squared plus b squared equals c squared. So you'd have 14 squared plus x squared equals 16 squared. Make sure you put the x in the right spot. don't put it in the last slide, because that would be a hypothesis. How about 35? 36, just ignore, we put a bullet in instead, metaphorically.
I'm gonna draw one of those
Metaphorically?
sad faces that you
How about 30, we're just about out of time, actually. Tell you what, we will continue on Monday, but let me hand out the extra practice.
Will we
exam.
go over the practice exam?
This, you work on your own, but you can bring these. So this is, that's the regular one. This one is, put the word key on this one. The first page, it doesn't tell, because the first one is the exact same questions as the other one. Okay, so Joey, grab a pen. And this is the regular one. Please put the word key on here for answer key. And Anthony, grab a pen. This is the regular one, you don't have to mark that one, but this one, write the word key in the name slot.
And
Or anywhere you can find it. Does that make sense? So we will finish going over the regular practice test on Monday, and we'll also, and we'll also go over any questions you might like to go over on the practice test version 2.
The first, like, 3, 4, 5 questions.
The first 5 questions are identical to the previous, so the answers didn't change, so I didn't waste ink. Does that make sense? All right, let me hit this off and get it out of the way.
Bye-bye.
See y'all later, everybody. Of course, you're already here.